Lastly, for this unit, we have the learning objective. I can describe the effects of thermal energy on the microscopic level. We've already been talking about this, but I specifically want students to be able to explain how the thermal energy is changing the microscopic system. In other words, it's making the particles move more. So I'm showing you the two GIFs, but here's the one GIF. Again, remember the average temperature of a system, or the temperature of a system, is just the average kinetic energy of all the particles in it moving around. And as shown before, it doesn't have to be individual bouncing balls. It could be a larger molecule that is wiggling, but staying intact, just moving about in any axis of freedom that it has. Again, thermal energy is the energy of a particle of motion. As it increases, particles move faster. As a result of them moving faster, they often spread out more. And also they can overcome attractive forces. In chemistry, we had this concept called intermolecular forces. Those are the forces that are keeping two molecules near each other. So what makes a solid? Or, why does a liquid stay together and not fly apart? If you've ever seen a video of an astronaut in space, when they have a water droplet, it stays together. It doesn't just spread out. It stays as this blob. So why are they attracted to each other? Those are the intermolecular forces. But when they heat up, they can overcome that. So essentially think of like boiling. And of course, may change the state of matter. So what effect does this have? In solids, they'll vibrate more in place. You won't see a drastic change. In liquids, particles move more freely and slide past one another. Sometimes objects or liquids will become more or less viscous when they're at a higher temperature. So viscosity is essentially how thick something is. You can think of like honey is very viscous, whereas something like water is less viscous than honey, at least. When they get more thermal energy, when they hit a higher temperature, they'll often slide past each other more easily, so it will pour more quickly. If you've ever done any cooking, a cold syrup or something will run a lot slower than a warm syrup. So if you're putting syrup on your pancakes and it came from, the fridge, if you store it there, it would pour very slowly. But if you heated it up, then it would pour much quicker. Gases, they will move faster, and they'll also diffuse faster in the air. So if you had a vial of some kind of gas in a room and you broke it, well, the gas would make its way to the edge of the room faster when it's at a higher temperature. Thermal expansion is a thing as well. When an object increases the amount of thermal energy it has, it often expands. And that's, again, because they're moving around more energetically, so they take up more space.